Agricultural Development Network is an NGO which is basically focused on how to revive Africa, how to give Africa as a continent a better image, both home and abroad. Actually, Africa as a continent has been denied of certain things for a very long period of time. We have been denied of a good history. We've been known with conjectural history and Hamitic hypothesis. People feel Africa as a continent did not really have a culture or you don't really have a root, which this has been going around and a lot of people has been thinking that way. But nevertheless, don't be scared about that again because now you have an NGO called Afrocultural Development Network. This NGO in question has come to revive Africa, and what we do in this NGO is anything called Africa is what we do. Like the fact that everybody in this world, whether you white or red or green, any color you are, the fact that you're from Africa can never be overemphasized. It can never be ostracized aside. You can't take that aside. You need to always let that known to the world. Because it's been proven scientifically that everybody is originally from Africa. The idea of talking about civilization, a lot of things concerning the world, and when they talk, they say it's from western part of the world, it's from this, from that. This has caused a lot of argument, a lot of controversies among the historians. Though recently they say we shouldn't talk about the history again. We need to talk about how many of those things came into existence in order to move forward. You should rather talk about how to move forward. But there's no way you talk about moving forward without talking about the history itself. This is why this NGO has come to save the continent called Africa. Actually, this NGO um, will not be based in a country in Africa, whereas it will be based in everywhere in Africa. We'll be doing a lot of programs for the different region of Africa, different part of Africa. We even aim to cover every countries in Africa. Though we are still on it at the moment, we are still within Nigeria alone. We are registered in UK. And we're still trying our possible best to make things better than you can even anybody can ever imagine about the NGO. Like seriously, talking about things we do in Afro we try checking the rich cultures within the African continent. Generally, everything concerning Africa is very rich. Anything cultured in Africa is rich. But the idea of this one is to check to see how we can actually touch certain areas which have never been touched in the history of the whole Africa. Though we know archaeologists have been trying, archaeologists, anthropologists, sociologists, historians, they have been trying to give Africa as a continent a better image rather than the one you have been known for long. But there are other things we need to discuss about. We need to discuss about things within the history and outside the history. Talking about culture means you are talking about the totality of Africa, the life of Africa, how Africa exists, how we've been existing, how we be existing. Now, we limit it to issue of history, not history alone. We're talking about how we can move Africa forward, and as well, we're considering another aspect, which is aspect of charity. Of course, there are a lot of let me say poor people. Like there are a lot of areas we need to